Well, just kissed the wife goodbye and figured I better grab my coat. It's definitely going to get cold tonight. Seems like we've kind of nearly skipped fall and just kind of gone straight to winter these last couple of weeks. So anyways, I think I'm ready to go. I think I've got it all loaded. I honestly don't know for sure, but it's just going to be one night, so it's not going to be too big of a deal if I forgot something. I know I have food, and that's an important piece to have. So I'm going to load up. It's just going to be me and Toner tonight. We're going to go see if we can't find a spot out here to enjoy the night. And then tomorrow morning, I've got a little more search and rescue training that we're going to do. So I'm going to meet that group in the morning, do some of that stuff. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll go explore a little bit, go see what we can find. I guess we'll just have to kind of see how this plays out. So I'm going to load up the dog. You ready to go, pup? Come on, let's go. Let's hit the road. This is one of those spots that I discovered, I don't know, 3 years ago on a camping trip with my family. And it was kind of a bummer of a camping trip because it ended up being really rainy and cold and just kind of a not a pleasant deal. But the sun came out for a little bit, and my son and I hopped in my Samurai and took off and went for a drive, and that's when we found this place. Isn't that just neat? I mean, these clay hills are just spectacular. This is kind of the wrong time of the day to be here because all of this stuff in here is just in the shade. But if you look at that, that is just the colors and the formations, the texture. I don't know, it just really intrigues me the way that that all looks. And so I was headed out tonight and passed my camp spot, and I thought, oh, I've got time, so we're gonna run out here real quick. I don't know, like I said, it's the best time to do some photography of it, but I'll probably at least get the drone up and send it around, see if we can't get some cool shots of it, even in this evening sun when it's kind of shaded out. But I mean, it's just out of nowhere. You can see this is just flat land, and then you turn around and boom, there's those clay hills, all the color, the textures, really cool. got some good footage of that. Toner got a little bit of a run, and I'm feeling hungry now, so I think we're gonna turn around and head back towards camp and see if we can't get that set up. Well, I think this is us for the night. My other spot that I had was empty when I drove up, and when I came back there was a van parked in it. It's a pretty big spot, so I probably could have taken one far corner and he could have had the other far corner. But I just really need my space. When I come out on a trip like this, it's because I just need to get away from people and have solitude and quiet and a chance to enjoy the experience. So I'm not going to complain about this spot though. This is great. I mean, that view, got those cliffs behind me, right? The sun just went down. You can still see some sun out on the tops of the trees there. So this is going to do me just fine. I've even got a fire pit pre-made, ready to go. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to see if we're level right here, and if we are, I'm going to start setting up camp. Toner's in there trying to get her frisbee. Her frisbee's down there on the ground. She's dead set that she's going to be able to get that frisbee though. Anyways, let's see what this tells us. Oh yeah. Well, maybe we're a little bit off, but that's good enough for me. I'm going to set up camp, and then we'll start working on some dinner. So this company does not sponsor me, but this is a really cool item I picked up. It's kind of one of those deals that I thought might be a bit of a luxury item, but turned out to be way better than I thought it would be. And one of the things that I like the most about it is that it is separate from my vehicle's power system. So this is a Jackery power station. This one is the Explorer 240, and I've had it for, I don't know, maybe about a year, I guess. Probably I've had this unit and used it several times. Basically what it does is it powers, I've got a light strip right here, and I have some lights up in the rooftop tent. And then also my water jug has an electric pump in it. And so it powers all that. But like tonight, I'm hoping to do some night sky photography. The moon is fairly bright, so I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But I know that the battery for my Nikon is dead. And so this has a 110 outlet. I'm going to plug that in and charge that up tonight while I'm cooking dinner and stuff. So that later on when I'm ready to do that, it's going to be powered up and ready to go. So anyways, it's just the system that I've really kind of come to love. And like I said, the best part about it is that it stands on its own. So it's completely separate from my Land Cruiser. I did, however, put in a 12-volt supply back here. I'll show you that sometime. I'll do a walk around at some point, I'm sure. And what that is it's on the key, so I can actually, if I'm on a longer trip, I have a charger for this that's 12 volt, and I can plug it in, leave it plugged in. Every time I start up the Land Cruiser and drive, it'll charge this back up as soon as I turn that key off, separates from the system, and that stands alone. So really cool system. Like I said, I've just really come to enjoy it and see it as more of a necessity than just a simple luxury. So this is the extension cord I've made that goes up to my rooftop tent. There's a little slit that it just fits up into, and that just plugs into there. And then same thing with this cord here for this little light strip. And just like that, I've now got light back here. So pretty slick. It's been really handy for stuff like this, especially where I'm getting in camp a little bit late. I've still got to cook a meal and stuff, and sure, I can put a headlamp on and get some light from that, but this just kind of provides a good old floodlight for the whole back tailgate here to do what I need to do. Man, this glow out here is just incredible. I'm gonna take you and spin you around, see if you can see that. I'm sure this camera is just not doing it justice, but the way that this, well, yeah, you can kind of see it in there. The way this just glows in that evening sun is just incredible. There's that moon I was telling you about. Might be a little too bright for tonight to do some photography, but this is the setup here with the rooftop tent, the awning on the back, and then my drawers. And then I'll let you take a peek up here inside. I'll show you a little bit more later, but you can see up in there, have the lights set up, and that'll be all for tonight. And I'll sleep in there. I don't know if Toner's gonna sleep in there or not. She did when she was a pup. Really enjoyed having her come up with me. She can climb a ladder, so that's not an issue. I don't know about her coming back down, and she's also like 5 times as big as she used to be when she was a pup. And she likes to stretch out and kick and move at night, and so I want to make sure that I get a good night's rest as well as she does. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But if she doesn't sleep up in there with me, then she'll just sleep here in the Land Cruiser on the seat, and that'll do her just fine. So like I said, I'm going to try and get this plugged in, see if we can't get a charge going on that. And oh, I got to turn on the button here. There we go. And we'll be set to rock and roll. There we go. Get that started. Okay, I'm ready for food. See if we can't make a meal happen now. So tonight, I'm going simple. That's probably going to be a common theme, is going simple. But I tell you what, when you're out cooking, it doesn't take much to come up with a nice, yummy, good tasting meal. And so that's all I'm doing tonight, is just going basic, good, and yummy with it. So I picked up some cheddar brats. Those beauties right there. We're going to throw some of those in there. And then I've got some pasta too that we'll probably make up. And then we'll just slice those guys up, put it in with that Parmesan angel hair pasta, and be good to go. No biggie on that for sure. Looks like I've only got one burner tonight though. I forgot to grab my other propane canister, and that guy there is dead. So we're going to be doing a one burner wonder. If I can get that, if I can get the fire going, then maybe I'll stick a lid over there on some coals or something. But I don't have anything going yet, and I'm just hungry, so I'm happy to sit by the fire and eat, but I don't know if I'm ready to wait on the fire to eat necessarily. So grab some of those bad boys out. Looks like I'm going to be able to fit 3 on there, which will be just fine. How many of you are circus animal fans? I'll tell you what, I am. I don't know what it is, that frosted goodness. Gets me every time. I'm going to chuck a couple of those in my mouth while I do some more stuff. I brought enough butter, so I'm going to put a dollop of butter in there too. Dollop? Dillop. Dingle nut? I don't know. I'm going to put some of that in there. Can't ever have enough like fat and moisture, right? To make everything taste good. And I don't know about you, but butter makes everything taste better. So we're going to let those go for a minute. I'm going to spin that around. It looks like gravity's going that way. And that's just going to let that butter melt, drop down in there, do what it's meant to do. Meanwhile, I'm going to jump over here, see if we can get a fire started. Well, I can hear those sizzling away in there. I got a fire going over there. Hopefully you can see that. Let's check on these and see how we're doing. Oh yeah, those are ready to be flipped. Where's my fork at? There it is. That one. I think I'm gonna have to put my, kick that over too. There we go. Looking lovely. Got a little browning going on there. Take a peek at those, huh? Looking good to me. All right, I think these brats are probably about done. I don't know if you can see that deliciousness. So I'm going to go ahead and set those to the side. We're going to see if we can get our pasta rolling here. So we need 1 1/3 cups of water. One cool thing about that mess kit I got is this cup that comes with it. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but it's actually got measuring marks in it. So I can use that as a measuring cup. So we need... So we need 1 1/3 cups of water, which is right about there. Pour that in there. And then we need 2/3 cup milk. We're going to go about there with the milk. Splashed it all over the place here. Made a mess. Rinse that guy out. And then I know we need some butter too. Where'd I put that butter? Right here. Two tablespoons of butter, which is going to be... Well, I don't want to put that back in, so we're just going to put it all. Now I've got an empty bag for the garbage. Get that on the heat here, which blew out again. I'm having a heck of a time keeping this flame going here. Get that puppy rolling. Oh, that looks good. That'll be good. All right, we got this coming to a boil in here. So it's time to add our seasonings and then our pasta. And this is one of my favorites. I know it's probably like cheap food, or I don't know, junk food to a lot of you out there, but this is just that pastaroni, Parmesan and cheese, angel hair pasta, and I love it. I love the heck out of it. In fact, probably what's going to happen is I'm only going to eat half this tonight, and then the rest of it's going to be breakfast, and that will be just absolutely wonderful to me. So got that in there, and we'll let that kind of mix up, settle in. Then I'll dump the pasta in and we'll be ready to chow. Ready to chow? What do you think, huh? You ready to chow? Alright, that's simmering again. We'll be good to go. It's starting to look pretty good. I'm going to dump the sausage in just to get it kind of warmed up again. But then that's also going to kind of coat everything real good with that nice Parmesan sauce. Ooh, yeah! Looking good! I'm excited. Might just be because I'm really hungry. But this is just looking really good too, so I'm just excited. We're there. I think we're good to go. I'm going to turn that off. That'll rest there for just a minute and thicken up, and then I'm going to go sit by the fire, take my cold drink with me, and enjoy a meal. I'll tell you what, this is just great. Got my meal, got my fire, even got my dog, and just out here in this beautiful area. Just doesn't get much better than this. I know I probably say that a lot, but it's the truth. Just thrive on this kind of stuff. That's good. Yeah. Real good. Well, that was good. I really enjoyed that, but as you can see, I only ate about half. And that's going to be just fine, because I'm going to do that with it. And that with it. And then that's just going to go right into my cooler. And that, my friends, will end up being breakfast. Just like that. Well, I'm going to clean up some stuff here and kind of get dinner and stuff put away. Well, Toner thinks it's playtime. She's got her frisbee out and she's just wanting to hustle after it, so we'll go ahead and keep that going. Good thing she can see in the dark. got all this cleaned up. I'll shut the tailgate, and then usually I just put that window up just high enough to where those can fit up in the corner like that. Let me show you my setup in here real quick. So this is the Rome Vagabond, and again, they're not a sponsor of mine or anything like that. This was just a rooftop tent that I did a lot of research on and decided that it would really fit my needs well, and I've really enjoyed it. I think they say that it's like a 3-person tent. I have slept in here with both my kids, and it starts getting a little bit tight at that point. I've also slept up here with my wife a couple times. 2 people fit pretty comfortably. 1 person, fantastic. I love it. One of my favorite parts about this tent is the skylights up there. I will probably have those closed tonight because it's going to get pretty cold, but I love being able to wake up and see the stars at night. I also love all the ventilation between all the windows that can open up and do that. And then this has a nice thick pad on it, 3-inch pad, super comfortable. And then it's extra long too. That's the other thing I like. I'm usually a stomach sleeper with my arms over my head, so having it extra long is great. And then I got my Teton sleeping bag with a Teton sleeping bag on top, because like I said, it's going to get cold tonight, so I want the extra insulation. So I don't know what Toner's barking at. That'll always make your hair stand up when your dog does that in the dark.